Hello, welcome to Lesson 3, Stock Exchanges and Stockbrokers. So thus far, in Lesson 1, we've covered what is a company. So now we have a firm understanding of the concept of a company, which is a legal entity, and it has rights like an individual, but it's typically created to conduct business for profit and so on. And then in Lesson 2, we delve more specifically into public companies as they are required to have shares, as they raise funds from the public, and so they're required to have shares price and stuff like that. And mentioned previously that these shares are then listed on what are called stock exchanges. Now, there are many stock exchanges all over the world, but the main two that we are going to be focused on for the purpose of this course are the New York Stock Exchange, as you're seeing here. This is the oldest stock exchange in the United States, and it is the one that has physical exchange where you used to have brokers trading physically on the floor, open outcry, right, in the New York Stock Exchange. And then a few decades later, the Nasdaq Stock Exchange was introduced, and this one is completely electronic. And this was known more for tech companies, fast growing companies, and so forth. So these exchanges are where the shares of public companies are listed. First, they are listed on the primary markets through investment bankers like Goldman Sachs, Merrill Lynch, what have you, in a process that is called an initial public offering or an IPO. And then after, members of the public anywhere in the world can buy and sell these shares on secondary markets, right? However, before you can do so, you need to have an account with a broker. You need to have a brokerage account, okay? So the broker that I am using at the moment and who I believe to be the best online broker right now is Cobra Trading, right? Now, there are many options for you to choose from as it concerns day trading US equities. However, the reason why I chose this broker specifically is because they have excellent customer service for one. Two, they give you really good commissions. Their pricing is really good. So if you take a look at their pricing, you will see that, they charge rates as low as $1.50 per 1,000 shares, right? But more applicable for us, for our size accounts, would be $3 per 1,000 shares, which is really good. But more importantly than that, they give you access to a platform that is called DAX Trader Pro. And as far as I'm concerned, to succeed as a retail trader, DAX Trader Pro is a must. However, Cobra will not be accessible to most beginners because you need to have 30,000 US to open an account with Cobra. So the second option that I would recommend to you when you're ready to start live trading is called Capital Markets Elite Group out of Trinidad. Not to be confused with CME that deals with the trading of futures. This is an offshore broker. They are not a US registered broker, and so you do not need to have $30,000 to open an account with them because the PDT rule does not apply to them as they are not a US registered broker, right? However, their commissions are a bit higher than Cobra and their platform fees are a bit pricey. However, if you stick to the process, if you stick to the process that I will teach you in this course, then the commissions and the platform fees will be a complete non-factor. With this broker, I was able to make over 1,800 US in a month, starting with a 3,000 US account. So it's very doable, but you just need a system to follow. You need a process. Otherwise, you're just going to be clicking away, making random trades and blowing your account away. Okay, guys, so this was lesson 3, where we talk about the stock exchanges and the New York Stock Exchange and NASDAQ, which are the major two. And we talk about the stockbrokers, and the major two that you need to be concerned with, as far as I am concerned, are Cobra for when you have over 30,000, or Capital Markets Elite Group for when you have less than 30,000. Okay, we'll see you in lesson 4.